Hello friends, and welcome once again to your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week of April 27th, 2015. Both our numerology and our angel numbers this week are 2. So we'll begin with numerology first. So here we see the card Patience. So the frequency or the feeling for the week is going to be that of you need to have patience. Things may not be moving exactly the way that you pictured, or maybe there have been obstacles or challenges for you, or maybe things have moved in a total different direction that's forcing you to change your plans. The point of the energy of this card is to remind us to be patient, that everything has a divine time and a divine order for our highest purpose and our soul purpose. So just to hang in there and be patient this week. Then as we transition over to the angel number, which is also 2, we see everything is fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. The angels can buoy your faith if you ask for their help. This is always an important message. When we have these times that we have to stay the course and ride out the rough waters, we always have to remember that they're here to help us and here to support us, but we must ask. We have to exercise that free will to ask for that assistance. So for our week's reading now, we see Queen of Ariel, mature, practical, generous, and happy. Now again, when we see court cards, which we have 2 of this week, usually gives you descriptive terms which can convey a feeling of familiarity to you as far as who this card may be pertaining to. Oftentimes by looking at the illustration on the card or reading the meaning of the card, it can piece together the message you're trying to send us, and at the same time, those descriptive terms can sometimes kind of point us in a direction, whether it's the qualities that we're showing within ourselves or something that we see in someone else. Now, the card reads for this week: nurture yourself and others, the ability to make things more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So, one of the positions we're going to be in this week, and for those of you who may be newer to this, I used to do beginning of the week, middle of the week, weekend, or beginning of the week, end of the work week, weekend. But because there was so many things happening for so many people at once, all 3 cards are kind of like the phases of the week, however they apply to you. So when I say that term, this particular phase of this week, you're going to be kind of called on, whether it be to be a mediator, somebody's going to be possibly asking you for advice, and use that talent that you just have as part of your natural being to make something more beautiful or give that wise advice. It's going to be it's part of what you do and who you are. You're called into this service position of being the sounding board for people. And it's important that through this process, though, that you do not fall into the category, or you do not fall into that vibration that pulls you out of being that person you are because you're too thin spread or you're solving everyone else's problems. Take time for yourself. Certainly be there for your friends and family and loved ones or whomever may need you, but don't deny yourself in the process. You are most important. You can't help somebody else if you're not right. So make sure you always take time to nurture and pamper yourself. And in the times that you are required to give the wise advice or the counseling, take some from the angels as they are asking you now to remember to also nurture yourself. So for the next aspect or phase of the week, we see Page of Michael, truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. And this card reads, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts and documents very thoroughly. So, part of this patience thing, that the energy that kind of came into this week and kind of staying the course, is the fact that there are things happening. Things are starting to go your way, but that excitement may overpower or influence some of your decisions. So again, this is where that patience comes in. Initially, when those first couple of cards I gave the numerology cards, the sensation I had was more of maybe things won't be going your way and to have patience. But now that the cards have come out and I'm reading the actual cards, I'm saying that things will be going your way, but the patience comes in and not putting the cart ahead of the horse, as they say. To take the time to really be specific about what it is you want and where you're going. And when it comes to contracts and legal documents, as a part of whether it be your workplace, purchases you're making, it is critical that you have the patience to take the time to really go over it and make sure that everything is laid out and it's amicable for both parties involved, and you're getting exactly what you want and you're not conceding anything you don't want. So just keep that in mind as you move through and see how your week develops. And finally, we see Major Arcana number 2, the High Priestess, Archangel Hanael, as portrayed on this card by Doreen Virtue, co-author of this deck, and Angel card Queen herself. This is where our numerology and angel numbers came from. I have a specific guideline of rules of how these numbers are given to me by the cards, the 3 cards I use, and this was the only numerical card, and it was Major Arcana, so by both standards, we got number 2. And this card reads, Powerful Psychic Insights, Reflection and Meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Now, Archangel Hanael, which is not only one of the archangels, but who is observed in many of the older religions and faith and belief systems, appears as a moon goddess in several different ancient religions, and is a pretty iconic figure amongst the quote-unquote divine beings or the ascended masters, outside of the little realm that we have pigeonholed as archangels. And one of her main roles, one of her major roles in assisting us as an archangel upon us asking and welcoming the help, is to help open these psychic insights and our intuition and things of that nature. So as we are experiencing the energy flows of this week, which seems like it's going to be a very positive, upbeat week, part of your sole purpose of being that counselor, of getting involved and moving into a position of service, which doesn't necessarily mean starting a spiritual or psychic center. It could just be about moving into a position where you can be that lighthouse, that beacon of higher energy, so others can rise up to match. Whatever the opportunities are for you, trust your gut. Use that psychic insight. Meditate on the situation at hand and get the guidance that you need, and trust it. When you ask a question or you ask for help and you have an inspiration or a thought or just some sort of intuitive sensation, trust it and follow it. You're asking for their help. Why won't you take it? And this is something that I see a lot of. People will come, they'll ask for a reading, they'll ask for guidance. I give them all the information that they have given me, and they agree and they understand, but yet nothing changes. They don't take that advice, and that's certainly fine, and that's part of their journey, and everything again in divine timing. But my only advice to you, because I've seen this happen so often, is when you ask for help, when you're in these situations and you're in the flow, as they say, and you're actually living your joy, or you're fully manifesting your soul purpose as a physical reality in this planet. When you're asking for those things, welcome them when they come, and no matter how subtle or how minute you may feel that feeling or that sensation or that intuitive message was that you received, certainly value it for what it was, as direct guidance from your angels, from your collective, and embrace it and move forward with it. So this will wrap us up for another week. I apologize for the sparsity of readings lately. I've been trying to work not only on the book that the collective has asked me to channel, and then of course there's a whole process of editing as well as writing my portions of it. So that's been consuming a lot of my time. It's just springtime, household chores. You know the drill. Everyone out there has gone through the same thing. Allergies has kind of got a grip on me. In fact, I apologize for the audio. One, I am still working from my iPhone. My iPad is still down, and I have yet to secure the funding to get a new one. And allergies really have gripped me by my eyes, ears, nose, and throat. So I'm probably a little stuffy. So I do apologize for the audio quality of this. As usual, any questions, comments, please feel free to reach out and contact me. Like, subscribe, facebook.com/Advanced Angel Cards, which gets most of the updates and postings and book snippets. Here on youtube.com as Advanced Angel Cards for all my video readings and announcements and things like that. The website, www.advancedangelcards.com, as well as www.theangeliccollective.com. And you could always feel free to email me at daniel@advancedangelcards.com, or call us on our angel hotline via Google Voice, 747-444-1022. Thank you all and have a blessed week.